Death Road to Canada.
Greetings. Greetings.
Hi,
I am known as Vinex.
Okay, first of all, why didn't you talk before?
Well, you needed to talk first, silly.
Alright,
So, what are you up to?
I should talk to you.
What?
Alright,
What are you
look,
saying?
I didn't know why you're here.
What do you mean?
I didn't know anything
Well,
about you,
I
and
really think that you
this
should
just
hang
feels
up.
wrong. I
Don't
didn't
you
know
wanna
what's
know what I
happening.
have to say?
I'm sorry, I'm just freaking out here. I'm sorry, but you gotta
Death Road to Canada is a game about surviving the zombie apocalypse and journeying to Canada, a place in which these stylized, pixelated zombies are completely devoid of. This game sure does present a lot, with there being stats, character perks, character traits, vehicles, locations, weaponry, resources, events, and an abundance of rare characters. This game has a lot to offer, and the way it presents itself amplifies content to the nth degree. It feels like everything you do actually matters, from conversing with a trader to picking your weapons for a siege. Speaking of which weapons should I take with me? I could take this chainsaw with me, or I could leave it behind for an extra gun. Do I want range, or an easy way out of trouble?
Hey, Vinex, was it?
Oh, so this time you answer the call. Why now? Why
Okay, look, I picked up because I am in need of some help. If you don't mind, helping.
Oh, I see how this is. You picked up just because you wanted my help. You didn't want to know who I am or anything about me. You just wanted me to help you with your stupid whatever this is. You must have so much going on in your existence right now.
When you first start the game, you notice that it's structured around what choices you make. Which location will I go to? Who will I recruit? Should I tell a chainsaw-wielding maniac to cool it and lose my rare character in an instant? What you will also notice is that the presentation is top-notch when it comes to the pixelated aesthetic. Everything looks robust and crisp in its abbreviated block-by-block formation, and it complements the surrealistic nature of the game really well. The music also hits its mark, with chiptune harmonics that convey the sense of mayhem and instinctive bliss.
Okay. You need to stop.
Stop what exactly?
Alright, I only picked this thing up because I'm trying to listen to the music here, and your stupid ringing is pretty distracting, so I want you to stop. Please, stop.
You can't be serious. Why don't you just want to talk to me? You haven't exactly given me a chance to give me a voice. Why don't you trust me?
Okay, well, my honesty is, pretty alarming in this situation. I mean, I was honest as to why I just picked this thing up. I'm pretty sure that shows that I care. I care about you. My eagerness to be upfront with you shows that I care about you. Right?
No, it doesn't.
Okay, then, that was a nice talk.
No, wait. Before, you wanted some help, right? Well, now, I can help you with whatever you want.
I already figured that out, Vinex. I decided to leave the chainsaw behind, and I took the gun instead. And my strategy worked. I made it to Canada.
Excuse me?
I made it to Canada with my friends. I'm gonna go again, actually, but this time it's gonna be much harder. I'm gonna play on quick death mode.
Well, I could help you out if you want. If you just don't hang up.
Hang up.
Don't put the thing on the thing, okay?
Oh yeah. Alright, I guess I'll keep you around if you can help me out on my own journeys. I mean, thank you, by the way, thank you.
On the way to Canada, you'll need to scavenge for resources, and doing that means that you'll engage in combat with the zombies. Melee weapons offer different cooldown time and different damage, while the not-so-common ranged weapons offer limited bullets to reinforce strategy of usage. Weaponry makes traversal a lot more strategic, and generally keeps you a lot more stimulated with the game. The main resources that you'll gather on your journey are food, petrol, and medical supplies. There's also bullets, but they're not as important because they don't progress your adventure outside of you doing a playthrough where you're not fond of using melee weapons 100% of the time. Medical supplies heals your characters, petrol keeps the vehicle going, and food is necessary to prevent your morale to drop. When a day passes and you don't have enough food to go around for your party, your morale meter will go down. If it goes down too far, then your character will trigger specific events. It's crucial that you keep your morale high. Sometimes they also get shaky, but I don't think that does anything. Morale is actually one of 10 stats in the game. It's very different from the others because they focus on specific abilities that could help the party, while morale focuses on your character's will to continue the adventure.
You know, it's kind of peculiar that morale is the only thing that can convince the characters into stopping themselves from pursuing their goal.
Yeah, that does seem a bit unrealistic. I mean, not letting the illusion of psychology stop me is what I did. Or will do. Did. Will do. Or rather, what I am doing right now. Actually. Right? Yeah, what I am doing right now, actually.
What do you mean, quote, doing right now, unquote? That's present tense. And what you're currently doing right now is playing a video game. A video game in which lets the quote-unquote illusion of psychology stop the characters. You stated that you wouldn't let...
Okay! Okay! You don't have to lecture me about my own perception of... you know, this.
The stats are pivotal in the progression of the game. They're an output for more strategically strategized strategies in your playthroughs. Let's say that you have a character with a high mechanical stat. If your vehicle breaks down, it can be fixed and you wouldn't have to suffer walking until finding a car. If you have a character with a high medical stat, it takes less medical supplies to heal a character. If you have a character with a high shooting stat, their gun performance is increased. Of course, it's not just situations like these that you'll use the stats for. There's times where a specific event or situation shows up that offers a reward for a character's knowledge in a stat. Like when you can go to the arcade and you can have a mechanical character get petrol from the machinery. Some events actually specifically need a character with a high stat, with the only clues of which stat needed being the synopsis of the situation. Some of them are easy to guess, but others are far more ambiguous, and it's hard to tell which character to pick.
What should we do here?
What do you mean, we? You're the one playing the game, right?
You know, I don't really like how you worded that sentence.
You... what?
I mean, I don't think I'm just playing the game.
Okay... how should I
think the proper term would be experiencing.
It doesn't really matter though.
I mean, right now I'm not exactly playing the game, but I am still experiencing it, you know?
I think you've blown this out of proportion.
Infinite proportion?
The worst part about this conversation is that you're technically right. You're still looking at the game, therefore you're experiencing it, while simultaneously not doing anything in the game, meaning that you're not actually playing it.
I don't know, I mean, I kind of think it goes beyond that.
What do you mean?
I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't really know how to describe it. Okay, I mean, I think I'll try. It's like... I like to think of it this way. Okay, I like to think of it this way. Just think of it as like a very thin string. A very thin string. Swirling its way into the only layers of existence that I know don't exist, but at the same time are there. It doesn't exist to me, because I don't know of its presence, but, if it does exist, but I don't know about it, that means it technically does exist, but I don't know it exists, so that means it doesn't exist to me. But what really... Just forget about it.
You know, you're pretty good at thinking.
Yeah, I guess I do like to think. I mean, nothing's stopping me. Anyway, I'm gonna pick this option.
No way. I knew that wasn't going to be the right one. You should have let me talk.
Oh, alright, I'm sorry, okay? I mean, next time, I'll be more open, I'll get to hear what you have to say before I do the thing. We'll work as a collective.
What do you mean, we? You're the one experiencing the game, right?
In conclusion, the stats are a good implication to this game, even if it isn't the best concept to mix stats with events sometimes. If you get to Canada on a specific mode, you can unlock harder modes, and you can always challenge yourself with making it to Canada with a rare character. There's also Zombo points that you can accumulate, which you can spend to buy new perks and traits. You can also customize your own characters with their own appearance, name, perks, and traits. Creating your own characters and bundling two of them up can result in a wild range of possible strategies with how many perks and traits you can give these characters. All in all, the replay value in this game is the highest of notches.
Hey, Vinex, what do you think of this character I made?
Why did you make that character the way you did?
Well, I don't know, it seems good to me.
You do realize that this character has no free will if you code it, right?
What do you mean?
Look at the perk and trait you gave that character. Those signify how this character will act. Sentient life attached to concepts unchosen lead to an eternity without free will.
Okay, slow it down for a minute. Please don't say that word again, please.
What? Really? It's one of the most complex expanses of time and space that you can comprehend, and you just want to shun it? Really?
Okay, well, if you were keen enough to accept my perspective, you wouldn't be such a charlatan.
You don't appreciate anything if you can't even recognize the one concept that, when I last checked, cannot hurt you.
You don't even care, Vinex, okay? You just care about arguing. And what you want to do is argue about how your point of view is superior to mine. Well, you just don't really understand what it is to be me sometimes, okay, Vinex? I mean, you just don't understand, okay? You don't know what it's like.
What don't I understand? That you're ungrateful to expand your pitiful
You are not to say that word again, Vinex.
Depending on which mode you play, there's a certain amount of days that it takes to get to Canada. Every day, you get the opportunity to go scavenging. Some locations are more interesting than others, but running around and slaying rambunctious zombies still stands through all of the locations. The more time you spend prancing around, the later in the day it gets, resulting in eventual darkness. Using darkness as a penalty for spending too much time scavenging is a good addition to the game. You can use torches to see in the dark. The problem with that is that you can lose the torches because of those sly coopers we call bandits. If you happen to have a character who emits lighting, then you're completely fine. Even if that happens to be a pretty random occurrence. In fact, this whole game is pretty random. I've been trying to beat this mode, Familiar Faces Extreme, to unlock this other mode, where you can choose to start with a red character at the beginning of the game, and the randomness factor seems to protrude a lot more with this particular mode. The implication of randomness is good because you can combine skill with what's being presented to you, but sometimes you don't feel like you have control over the bad things that happen to you.
That's just on account of you not being good enough.
I mean, I don't think I'm that bad at the game. I mean, am I really the one contributing to how the game presents itself in this specific manner, Vinex?
No, it's not the game's fault that you need to be better at it to be one of the harder modes.
Yeah, but I play this mode over and over and over and over and over and again. I think that at least this point, I should stop playing. alright?
I thought you wanted the mode where you choose a red character to play as, right?
Yeah, okay, let's just see how much of this game I've played. Oh wow. Okay, yeah, I should definitely stop playing this game.
You shouldn't just give up like that. You know you can always go back and try new strategies, right? You could always figure out what you did wrong and try to improve.
Yeah, well, I mean, okay. For the very least, I should just stop trying to beat the mode now, okay?
What I'm trying to say is that you shouldn't judge a game for a randomness factor that you yourself said was good. You said you feel like you have no control, but does that really stand in the way of you getting better at the game?
You know what? I didn't really think of it that way. I guess you are actually pretty right on that, Vinex. Thanks.
No problem.
Along the way, you'll run into these trading camps where you can exchange food, petrol, and weaponry to acquire the acquiries. I barely ever buy from these places, as the amount of supplies they want is a little too overpriced for me. I'll recruit someone here and there, and I might buy a good weapon if I have a lot to spare, but other than that, these trading camps aren't as utilizable to me as they are spacious. Seriously, I walk around the whole camp and not buy a single thing. I don't know why I do it. I mean, what's the point of walking around everywhere for apparently no reason at all?
Hey, Vinex, why do you think I explore the whole camp even though I don't really buy that much?
It's a form of curiosity.
I mean, I'm not really that curious though, I mean, ever really. I mean, I don't think I am. No, I'm not curious.
You want to see what every trader has to say. You want to see what's inside each building. You want to see what you could possibly buy. You want to journey forward no matter how little the payoff may be.
Okay, yeah, I guess you're right. I mean, I've gotten that out here as well, you know, not just in the game.
What do you mean?
There's spaceless spacefuls of space all around me. I think I need to venture out there.
Spaceless spacefuls. I don't know about that.
What do you mean?
You don't know what's out there. I don't think that you should go searching for something that's probably beyond you.
But you were just talking about how I like to explore.
I didn't say that was a good thing.
Oh. Alright.
Concluding this conclusively concluded conclusion is what I shall be concluding. In other words, it's time that we metaphorically wrap things up. This game is highly unique. The writing, the style, the general atmosphere, it's all surrealistically styled. The survival aspect hits its mark, and the replayability can last you for eons in a void of time. Seriously, look at this. But with all of that being said, sometimes some playthroughs can leave you with less impact than others. You see, every time you play this game, something is going to be completely different, whether you get a rare character, a rare event, or you tried out a new strategy. That's usually the case, but sometimes some playthroughs can be unrewarding, no matter if you win or lose. Random generation is this game's best aspect and biggest problem. Death Road to Canada gets an A-. Like a reverberating titan of mass destruction, knocking over walls, attached to buildings, attached to the soil of which the grounded ground is securely grounded on, whilst the ground splits from left to right, as roaring flames flame the flaming city, flames of which were created by chemical explosives, and not by the bonfire of which the glitch of the rich lich stands upon, smiling in an anti-stock fashion, as he smiles vertically to the bystanders strolling by, as though certain to get the views across the behind them, the dark sledgehammer, dazzling to
You know what, Vinex? This is a pretty good game. What do you think about it?
It didn't seem that bad, I suppose.
You know, I've been thinking about the conversation we had earlier. About exploration.
Why?
Well, I want to go out there, you know, I want to see what's beyond my current proximity, you know, I don't know why, though.
I don't know. The unknown can be dangerous.
What if there's nothing out there? I mean, what if there's nothing to be afraid of? Look, Vinex, I just really want to explore, okay? I mean, I can't look out here around this open space and just not think about going out there, you know?
Okay, you know what? Fine. Go ahead and face the problems you might run into yourself.
Vinex, you made this moment different. I just played Death Road to Canada, and it was really different from what I usually do. I mean, since you're here, it's so different. And what's the word? I'm grateful, basically, for you being here. And I'm gonna go out there. I need to go out there, basically. I'm gonna be out there, and you're coming with me. Alright? I'm sorry, I know that you don't want to come, but I need you, basically. It's been such a unique experience just being with you, doing this. So, that's why you're gonna come with me.
But if you wanted to find your original spot, taking me along would make it harder. But I guess it doesn't really matter, unless you like the novelty of knowing where you used to be. I wonder what we'll find out here. I wonder if there'll be anything to find in the first place. Have you actually put thought into what we'll do if we find nothing? Well, what will happen then? Now that I think about it, this kind of seems unlikely. There's infinite possibilities as to what we could potentially run into. I don't know, we might find something. Infinity is incomprehensible. It's hard to contain vastness into your head. Vastness is incomprehensible when it's infinite. Speaking of which, I hope you can stay calm and not go crazy over how vast this place actually is, because that's definitely something that could happen. Whatever happens, I guess I'm gonna be along with you on the ride. So, take care of this contraption, I guess. Take care. I'm here by your side, I suppose.